Hello students, and welcome to our summer session speech class. My name is Casey Padal and I will be your instructor for the next 21 days. So the purpose of this video is just a welcome, just to tell you a few things about the class and then to tell you what you need to do next. So if you're watching this and this is the first thing that you're watching, well done. You're doing exactly what you should be doing. So after you get done with this video, you're going to find everything in modules. So you're going to click here and you're going to find everything you need there. So when you get into the modules, then you're going to click on the class overview. So once you get, make myself a little smaller. So after you watch this video, I want you to come watch this class overview. Okay, so I'm not going to be going over any assignments actually until we get down to module 1. I'll be giving lessons, overview and to-do list. You need to ensure that you're watching those. That's going to be a lesson over every single assignment that we do. Talks about the due dates, which I'm going to touch on that in a moment, but every one, overview and to-do list, overview and to-do list, all of those will be lessons that you will have to watch for your assignment. So, over here, make this a little bigger. Okay, so I know this is a fast-paced course. It's 21 days. This class is very conducive for that. Everything is due at noon, all of it. It's noon Central Standard Time. Being in a different time zone, it doesn't matter. It is noon Central Standard Time. It is 15% per day that your assignment is late. So when we do discussions, that means that your main post and your responses to your peers have to be in by noon. If they come in at 12:02, that late work policy is automatically applied. So just make sure that you stay on top of your work. I have no issue if you work ahead. Just let me know if you submit something early and want my feedback. Just shoot me an email and say, hey, I submitted this assignment. Would you grade it? You have to make sure that you are checking for feedback and communicating with me. For example, you may submit an assignment that I can't give full credit. I always allow for, when we do our outlines and visual aids, when you do those, I always allow for resubmissions before you do the speech. So that's going to be a really quick turnaround. I'm going to grade really quick. So let's say that you submit an outline, and I'll go over this in a video as well in the lesson when we get to it, but it's so important that I want to touch on it now. That first off, let's say that you post a topic in the discussion board that I don't approve, and I'll put in the discussion board. If you don't ever go back and check that, then you are setting yourself up for failure, because if you go forth with an outline, visual aid, whatnot, and do a speech on a topic that's not approved, you're going to get lots of zeros and find yourself in a position you don't want to be in, simply because you did not check the discussion board. Same with an outline. Maybe you didn't do the outline correctly and I didn't give you a grade for it. And I'm going to put comments on there and a grade and all of that. So easy, just go in and check it and make those revisions. So that's, stay on top of your work, be on time, and then communicate with me. Check for feedback, check for grades, all of that. Check for topic approval, all things of that nature. And then if you have any questions about anything, just shoot me an email. On the audience, if you can't, it's required, so I don't need an email saying you don't have anybody. Well, you do, because I've seen people who are determined to get 100% on their speeches. If they didn't have an audience, they would go find strangers. I've seen that happen. I am not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying there's always a way to get an audience. You are able to Zoom in or FaceTime in an audience as long as you show that they're live. I just don't get your phone and be like, here's my audience, and put it right back down. You're going to have to say, this is, you don't have to really introduce them, but just say, here's my audience, they're in FaceTime, say hi, or, or something. They can say their names real quick, but just to prove that it is a live audience. So I will discuss how you're going to do your speeches and all of that when we get to the class overview, and then when you watch all of the different lessons, I will go over every single assignment that we do. So just make sure that you watch those, check for announcements, check your emails, check the gradebook, feedback, comments, all of those things. Make sure you get the introduction quiz in on time. Once it closes, it closes. So again, noon Central Standard Time. Late work policy is firm. The audience, if always, you can Zoom in, FaceTime somebody, but let me know if you have any questions, and I think we're going to have a great 21 days.